Hello lovelies, welcome back. My name is Tehja Avani and today we have another super exciting video. Today we will be recreating the iconic, seen all over social medias, Dior like tube top. I made it into a tube top. I think it's a tank top, but I made it into a tube top. So if you would like to know how to create this this tube top for yourself, then please keep on watching till the end of this video. Okay, so let's get it started. I'm using this jersey knit fabric, and of course with every stretchy fabric, I'm going to stretch the fabric in each direction to see which side is the stretchiest side. And then once we get that information, we're going to lay our fabric out and make sure that some of the fabric is folded because we will be cutting on the fold. So now I am taking a tube top that I already have, easy peasy, no pattern needed, and I'm going to lay it on the fabric, and I'm going to make sure that one of the edges is laying on the fold. So now I'm just going to be cutting out the tube top out of the fabric, but I'm just going to add a little extra length to the top and the bottom just to make sure that, I have enough coverage, and then, see what type of length I want it to be. If you don't have a tube top, you can measure like over your bust, that measurement, and then also where you want the tube top to lay, and then create a rectangle out of that measurement to create your tube top pattern. So I'll be cutting out another piece because I'm going to double layer it just to make sure that nothing's see-through. And also my fabric is hella wrinkly, so please iron your fabric and don't be like me. Do as I say, not as I do. But if you're not going to double layer the fabric, because you don't have to, it's very optional. You can skip like the first step or two, I believe. Yeah, like the first step you can skip. So I'll put a marker to show y'all which steps you can skip if you're just going to use one layer of fabric. So here are the pieces that we just cut out. And so now we're just going to place one on top of the other. And then we're going to sew them on the bottom at a 1/2 inch. Here I'm using a zigzag stitch. And as you see, I'm wearing my nails because I want my videos to be more aesthetically pleasing, even though my nails do pop off because I get tired of them. So now this is what it looks like once it's sewn. And yes, you get to see my ugly towel again, because what we're going to do, or what I'm going to do, is I'm going to iron. Kind of like the unfavorable part of sewing, but it's kind of necessary, especially with fabric like this. So now I'm just cutting off the excess fabric as I am, after I iron, because it was like a loose cut. I didn't cut super exact. So I'm just cutting off all the excess fabric. This is not a super exact procedure of making a tube top. Okay, so now I'm just going to lay the two pieces open first and then fold it on the other side so that the seam allowance is enclosed. And then I'm going to fold the tube top in half like that, and then we'll sew on that open side where the raw edges are a 1/2 inch. I'm going to sew now with a zigzag stitch. So here I am using tissue paper to sew this part because all this fabric got stuck in my sewing machine and almost broke my damn sewing machine. So tissue paper helps. It helps to not have the fabric get stuck inside the sewing machine. We pretty much have a tube top. We just have to finish the top of the tube top and then insert the elastic. So I'm going to take my elastic and then pin it onto the like right up against the raw edge of the tube top, and I'm just going to go all around, and then I'll sew that down with a straight stitch, I believe. So now that the elastic is pinned all around the top of the tube top, we're now just going to sew it down. I'm probably going to use a straight stitch, and I don't have a particular like seam allowance. I'm just going to make sure that I just sew the elastic down and then stretch it out a tiny bit as you sew, but not a lot, just a little bit. So this is what the tube top looks like, and we just have one more thing to do to actually assemble the tube top. So what I'm just going to do plainly and simply, I'm just going to fold over the raw edge so that the elastic is fully enclosed. And so I'm just going to do that all around the top of the tube top and then sew it down with a straight stitch again. And then that will be it for the construction of the tube top. But next we're going to do the rhinestone Dior logo onto the tube top. Alright, so now it's time for the rhinestones. So I'm going to be quickly making my stencil. I'll probably like make another video about this. But if you've seen my Dior swimsuit video, then you know what's up. Or my Bratz tracksuit video. I'm just going to just cut out the letters from sticker paper and make a stencil out of that. So now I'm just going to peel the stencil, the sticker paper off, and then place it onto the tube top. Also, if you see, I have some wax paper underneath or in between the layers of the tube top just to make sure I don't glue it together. So now what I'm going to do carefully, I have these like clear rhinestones, flat back rhinestones, and I think that's the 2mm size rhinestones. And I am going to use a nail dotter to place the glue and just dot the glue, kind of like you would see the logo, and just like evenly space the glue out. And then now I'm putting down the rhinestones, literally same way I did it in the swimsuit video. And then, you know, once we do that for all the letters, then we're good to go. I let it dry for about like 24 hours only because the tube top is a stretchy fabric and you want to make sure that like the rhinestones are really adhered to the fabric to make sure that it can stretch along with the fabric, because of course I use my Fabri-Fuse glue, which is made for stretch fabric. And so you just want to really make sure it sets and doesn't, like, you know, the rhinestones don't pop off. And I've worn it about 3 different times and the rhinestones haven't popped off yet. So you see here, I took off the stencil only because there's like not enough space to like put the glue and put the rhinestones and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like guesstimating it. I use the glue as almost like a marker to place the different glue dots and then, you know, placing the rhinestones on top. So after this, you'll get to see the finished look and my final thoughts.
Perfect.
So this is what the tube top looks like. It's so freaking pretty. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the shot of the Dior like rhinestones as much as I wanted to. But it still came out really good. And I made a matching skirt because I had extra fabric left over, and that will be a video. Stay tuned for that because that's a really easy DIY as well. So that's how you create the Dior tube top. I also made a skirt with it, which is really cute. So it's just like an outfit, but it's super easy and simple. I did it the more technical route just so it's actually wearable and it's constructed really well, because especially with this fabric, it's stretchy and it might be see-through and I didn't want to go for that look. If you want to go for that look, then by all means, but for me, I didn't want to go for that look. I wanted to make sure that you can't see nothing through it, but you can still wear it braless. So that's what I wanted to do. You know, I know there's easier ways to make the tube top, but like I said, I wanted to make it from scratch and I wanted to make it like actually quality, something that you'll have for years to come. So if you like this video, please let me know, subscribe, share this video with people that you think will like it, and all of that good stuff. That's pretty much it. So as always, please love yourself, and I will see you next video. Mwah!